Alright, so you just watched part one of this product, and you all know it says shade 8.5 to 9.5, and 8.5 to 9.5 connects to, in this book, the Oxford Companion, Modern Poetry, Alexei Sherman, who is one of the founding fathers of the Americas that we live in today. And Alexei Sherman founded the great city of New York. Concrete jungles where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights to inspire you. Let's hear it for New York, New York, New York. Created by Alexei Sherman. Now let's find out about Alexei Sherman in short review. Alexei Sherman, 1966 to currently still living. Born and grew up on the Spokane Indian Reservation in Wilpont, Washington, or Wilpinette, Washington. Wilpinette. He studied at Washington State University, where he began to write and his first work published. He also had a successful career as a filmmaker and a novelist. Alexei debuts collection of poems and short fiction, The Business of Fancy Dancing, Hanging Loose, 1992. You know that movie that we all loved as a kid so much? Footloose. Everybody get foot. That's the recreation of Hanging Loose, by the way. Established his storytelling style and sharply ironic humor and has been reprinted 8 times. A decade later, Alexei wrote and directed a film of the same title, I Would Steal Horses, Slipstream, which brings you today's version of Stripstream, which is Netflix. Pum, 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 pum. A chapbook of poems appeared in the same year and was followed in 1993 by First Indian on the Moon, Hanging Loose, which also brought you Star Wars. Hold on, let me get back there. The opening lines of Alexei's Antidote can seem invitingly artless, but their what? Cumulative mood rarely remains so gentle. Their dominant subject is the genealogical history and ongoing inequality of Native Americans in their own country, often finding dark comedy in the split between popular representation and the pathos of reality. All of the Indians must have tragic features begins how to write the great American Indian novel. I showed y'all. I never wanted to, but I showed you what the Indian feature is. You can watch. All of the Indians must have tragic features begins how to write the great American Indian novel. Tragic noises, eyes, and arms. Alexei's first novel was Reservation Blues. Grove Atlantic, 1994, which brings us Sony Records. He has acknowledged the influence of stand-up comedians such as Bill Hicks on his work, And as a performer, he has won several international poetry slams. Face Hanging Loose, once again, which brings you Tidal Waves. Tidal. Okay. Hanging Loose experiments with harnessing the momentum of his free verse to traditional forms. You can say, ladies and gentlemen, Alexei Sherman is the grandfather of Jay-Z Carter. Bring him out, bring him out, bring him out. Let's put the barrel in your mouth. Jay-Z Carter's grandfather, Alexei Sherman. Let's read about him in Exodus chapter 2. Let's find Exodus chapter 2 first. I'm usually more prepared than this, but it's been a few days since I have taught. But let's read about him in Exodus chapter 2, verses 1 to 5. Alexei Sherman. The Israelites oppressed. Incorrect. That's Exodus chapter 1. Oh, right there. Exodus chapter 2. The birth of Moses. Now a man of the tribe of Levi married a Levite woman, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son named Jay-Z Carter. Gave birth to a son named Jay-Z Carter. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. But when she could no longer hide him, she got a piper's basket for him and coated it with tar pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. Deep in the Nile, deep in the Nile. His sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Then Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe, and her attendants were walking along the river bank. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her female slave to get it. On the brink of, being broke, Jay-Z Carter's mother gave her son up, and that's how he met me. With that being said, thank you so much for reading, and that has been Product Appropriation along with Alexei Sherman. Thank you for blessing me with your wonderful son, Jay-Z Carter. He's a fool, but he's a fool that I'm in love with. Thank you, sir. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.